Good morning, Jolly Cruise family. My name is Jason, and I am the Jolly Cruise vlogger. And although this was not the video I planned on putting out today, it's probably the one that I need to put out the most because we're going to an in-depth walkthrough of the new Carnival Rewards Program. I'm sure everybody has heard by now, and if they haven't, they've not been following cruise news or social media or anything cruise related the last couple days. I personally am not going to tell you if this is a good thing or this is a bad thing. I'm just going to give you the information and let you decide if it's a good thing or a bad thing. And the reason I'm not going to tell you if it's a good thing or a bad thing is because my reason for cruising is different from your reason from cruising. It's different from Sarah's or Johnny's or anybody's reason for cruising is different. So what's good for me may not be good for you. What's good for you may not be good for me. But I'm going to give you the information and then let you make the decision if it's right or wrong for you. Before we get into what the new program is going to be, let's focus on what the program is right now. Right now, it is a VIFP, a very important fun person loyalty program based on the number of nights that you have cruised. And based on those number of nights is going to be the color of your sail and sign card. For example, if you've never cruised Carnival before, you start off with a blue card. That means it's your brand new first sailing. Your blue card is kind of like your rookie card, but then you go to a red card. Now your red card is going to be what you're going to receive for your second cruise on Carnival up until you've got 24 nights on a Carnival cruise ship. After red, you're going to go to gold. Gold is going to be from 25 nights up until 74 nights on a Carnival cruise. Then you're going to go to platinum, which is going to be 75 nights up to 199 nights. And then diamond is going to be your highest status, and that's going to be 200 and above nights on a Carnival cruise ship. Each one of these levels does come with different perks, and we're going to talk about that here in a few minutes when we go over what the new rewards program is, what their new tiers are for that. And we're going to do a compare and contrast to see what's different, what's the same, what has changed, and what hasn't changed. One of the easiest things to understand about the VIFP program is where you were and where you needed to get to. Case in point, let's take me. Right now, I am at 66 nights on a Carnival cruise ship. I have 2 more cruises booked by the end of this year. It's going to be 15 days. So at the end of this year, I'm going to have 81 nights on a Carnival cruise ship, so I will be platinum. And that's a good thing to understand because it makes it simple, easy, concise. You know exactly where you're at. In the new Carnival Rewards Program, it is not based on the number of nights that you have cruised. It's actually based on the number of stars that you have earned. Now, how do you earn stars? We'll get to that in just a second because that's a completely different animal. But let's talk about what the status is right now. How many stars do you need to get to each status? Well, here's where the differences start between the VIFP and the rewards program. There are no more blue. There's no more blue status. There's no more blue cards. Nobody's considered a rookie. They're just considered red. And red is anywhere from 0 to 10,000, or technically 9,999 stars. Then you're going to go to gold. But then your gold is going to be from 10,000 stars to 49,999 stars. And then platinum is going to be from 50,000 stars to 99,999 stars. And then the 100,000 plus stars is going to be diamond. Well, how do you earn stars if it's not based on the number of nights that you're sailing? Well, here's how you earn them. You get 3 stars for every $1 of qualifying Carnival purchase. And these purchases are going to be your cruise fare, drink package, shore excursions, internet, things like that. Anything that you're going to buy for your Carnival cruise outside of taxes, fees, port expenses, things like that, that are not Carnival related, those are going to be qualifying purchases. So for example, if your cruise fare is $500, you're going to get 1,500 stars. So you earn stars based on qualifying purchases, by using the Carnival credit card, and by playing in the casino. On the casino side, you earn stars by earning casino points. Well, how do you earn casino points? You earn casino points based on, obviously, what you play. If you play the slot machines, for every $2 coin in, you get 1 casino point. If you play video poker, for every $5 coin in, you get 1 casino point. Now, if you play tables like craps or roulette or poker or blackjack, things like that, those points are going to be assigned by the pit bosses based on how long you play, what you play, and your average bet. Which, if you play the tables, you want to get in touch with the pit bosses because they're the ones that will determine how many points you get, and ultimately how many points you get determines how many stars you end up getting, and how many stars you end up getting then in turn depends your status. So it all builds upon each other. And when it comes to video poker and slot machines, the term coin in is based on your bet. Let's do an example. You put $4 into a slot machine. You push the button into a $2 bet, you hit $100. So right now you're sitting at $102. If you cash out right now, you get 1 casino point because you only had 1 $2 bet. So let's take that example on a different route. Same thing, you put $4 in, hit 1 $2 spin, hit $100. Right now you're sitting at $102. You think, hey, this is my lucky day. I'm going to keep going. So you keep hitting the $2 bet, $2 bet, $2 bet, all the way till you get down to 0. Well, how many points do you have then? At that point, you actually have 52 points because your original $4 that you put in, but then you had $100 that you kept playing on. So that's $52 coin in. So you got 52 casino points based off of that $4 initial into the slot machine. So those 52 casino points then turn into 104 stars that go in your stars bucket. Does that make sense? Or is it as clear as mud? Now we're coming up to the part where it starts to differentiate between the VIFP program and the rewards program. In the past, once you earned your status, once you hit 75 nights, and all the way from 75 nights up to 199 nights, you were platinum. You did not lose your status. Even if you got sick and couldn't cruise for 3 years, your status never changed. Your status always stayed platinum until you hit diamond. Or once you hit diamond, you were always diamond. You always got the diamond level perks. Well, now under the rewards program, you actually only maintain that status for 2 years. Here's where the complications actually do start. Starting on June 1st of 2026, whatever your VIFP status is on May 31st, 2026, you wake up June 1st, that's going to be your status in the new rewards program. For example, for me, I wake up June 1st of 2026 on the Carnival Rewards Program, I'm going to be considered platinum. So I am entitled to all the platinum benefits, all the platinum perks, and everything that is platinum is for me. And I have 2 years in that platinum status. So I get to play and do everything for 2 years in that platinum status. And then I have 2 years. So I have from June 1st of 2026 through May 31st of 2028 to take advantage of all the perks and all the advantages of being platinum. But also in those 2 years, I'm actually earning the stars that I will use in the next 2 years. So for example, to make things a little bit easier, from June 1st of 2026 through May 31st of 2028, I am going on Carnival cruises, I'm spending money, I'm going on excursions, I'm playing in a casino, I'm buying the internet, drink package, things like that. All that time I'm earning stars. Then on May 31st of 2028, I have 48,000 stars. So from June 1st of 2028 through May 31st of 2030, I'm considered gold. So I get all the gold perks, all the gold status, everything that comes along with being gold. But also in those same 2 years, June 1st of 2028 through May 31st of 2030, I'm going on Carnival cruises, doing all the same things to earn stars. So in those same 2 years, from June of 2028 through the end of May of 2030, I'm actually still going on Carnival cruises, I'm doing all my stuff to earn those stars. So as of June 1st of 2030, if I have 51,000 stars, well, I am now back to platinum. So for every 2 years, you can go up or down. However, along those same lines, you can actually go up. You can actually level up during your earning period. A lot of words, let's break this down. So June 1st of 2026, I start with 0 stars. Well, I retire, I have nothing else to do, so I start going on Carnival cruise ships. I go on a lot of cruises, I spend a lot of money in the casinos, I'm doing drink packages, excursions, specialty dining, things like that. On February 1st of 2027, I hit 100,000 stars. Well, that then puts me into the diamond level. So I get all the diamond benefits starting February 1st of 2027 for the rest of that period, plus the next 2 years. So then I would have, almost 3.5 years of being diamond. You can move up into the next status during your earning period, but you can't move down during your earning period. Does that make sense? I hope so. And if not, I'm probably making this as clear as mud, but I'm not trying to. I'm trying to make this easy for everybody to understand. But it is change, and people are resistant to change a lot of times. But it's okay. We are going to get through this together, and all of this information is accurate as of June 20th of 2025. But by the time this whole program rolls out, it could be completely different. Now let's get into comparing the status level perks of the new Carnival Rewards Program versus the perks under the current VIFP program. On the screen now, we've got the red level under the Carnival Rewards Program. And honestly, there's no difference between the Carnival Rewards Program that's going to start in June of 26 and the VIFP program now when it comes to perks for being red. Moving on to the gold status, and as you see on the screen here, this is all the perks and the benefits of being gold status on the new Carnival Rewards system. The only thing different between the Carnival Rewards system and the current VIFP program is that you no longer get a gold pin on each sailing. Now let's move on to the platinum status level, which is where you'll start to see more differences between the VIFP and the rewards program. As you see on the screen here, you get 2 complimentary beverages on your cruise, where before under the VIFP program you only received 1. But you are giving up. So this is what you currently have on the VIFP that you do not have going forward on the reward status. You do not have the platinum and diamond party, which used to be like an hour-long party. We could just drink and have hors d'oeuvres the entire time. You don't get a welcome treat in your cabin anymore. If you're under 18, you do not get the $5 credit into the arcade anymore. And you no longer receive a VIFP logo gift, which honestly so many diamond and platinum VIFP members complained about, because if they went on 5 cruises, they got 5 of the exact same thing. And as a couple, you're actually not getting 5, you're getting 10. So you're getting 10 koozies, 10 fanny packs. You're getting the same thing each time you cruise. So people were complaining about it before, but now they're complaining because they don't get it. And then moving up to the diamond level, you're going to start seeing more of a significant difference between the two of them. Again, highlighted here on the screen, you're going to get 2 complimentary beverages and not just 1. But you do give up a lot more, because you do give up the platinum and diamond party, the welcome treat, the arcade credits, and the VIFP logo gift, just like you were as you were platinum. But also laundry service is reduced from unlimited down to 2 to 5 bags, depending on the length of your cruise. You also do not have the captain special event. You also do not have the ability anymore for the one-time upgrade of your cabin, or the one-time get the 3rd, 4th, and 5th guest free. That's gone. And so is the one-time complimentary specialty dining for 2. And I'm sure what hurts the most for all diamond members right now is that they do not get any more luggage tags. That's it. The luggage tags. I think that's what broke everybody that's diamond. No more luggage tags. Up until this point, we've talked about stars and status levels, but we haven't talked about the rewards. And if it's called Carnival Rewards, what kind of rewards do we get and how do we use them? Along the same ways that you're earning stars that are going to lead to your status, you're also going to earn points that are going to lead to your reward. So let's go through an example, and we'll do visual because people are visual learners for the most part. You purchase a cruise for you and your significant other. The cruise fare, just the cruise fare, not taxes, fees, port expenses, is $500 a person. So your total cruise fare is $1,000. Well, like we've talked about earlier, for every dollar that you spend, you get 3 stars towards your status. So over here in this bucket here, you're going to get 3,000 stars that go towards your status. Well, in this bucket over here, you're actually going to get the same thing. You're going to get 3,000 points because it's 3 points for every dollar that you spend. So here you've got 3,000 points, and these points then you can cash in for rewards. Let's take it a step further. A couple weeks before the cruise, you buy the Cheers package. For simplicity's sake, the Cheers package is $600 for the length of your cruise. So in your stars bucket over here, you're going to get 3 stars for every dollar that you spend. So you spent $600 on the drink package. So here's 1,800 more stars. So now you're up to, what, 4,800 stars over here that go towards your status. In your points bucket over here, you're going to add another 1,800 points because it's 3 points for every dollar. So now on your bucket, on your rewards points bucket, you have 4,800 points. Let's fast forward a little bit now. You're on your cruise. Elegant night. You're dressed up. Your significant other's dressed up. You're feeling good. You're looking good. You think, hey, let's go to the Alchemy bar and get a drink before dinner. On your way to the drink, you walk through the atrium and you realize, hey, the entire Pixels people are out here taking pictures for Elegant Night. Let's get our picture taken. So you get your picture taken. Come back the next day and you're like, man, we look good. Let's buy the picture. So when you're on the Hub app and you decide, hey, I want to buy this picture, I look good. So you move it over to your shopping cart. You go to check out in your shopping cart and it asks you, do you want to pay with your Sail and Sign card or do you want to pay with your points? Well, right now you already know in this bucket over here, you've got 4,800 points. And let's say a picture is 100 points. I don't know. They do not have that up. That's just an example here. Well, a picture is 100 points. You're like, sure, why not? But now your points bucket over here only has 4,700 points in there because you spent 100 points on a picture. So your points bucket will go up and down based on what you do. Now, there's nothing out right now that says a picture is this bad and a cucumber sunrise is 200 points and a pina colada is 2,000 points. There's nothing out there right now that says exactly the point value. If you go on the CarnivalRewards.com, it'll kind of give, hey, these are things that are under 2,000 points. A pina colada, or a snorkel rental, a banana boat ride. But it doesn't tell you how many points each of those are. It is not going to be 2,000 points for a pina colada. Let's use common sense. This is what Carnival is advertising as part of the rewards program, as you get to spend your rewards and your points on what you want. If you want to do an excursion, use your points to buy the excursion. If you want to use your points to pay on your cruise fare, if you want to use your points to pay a deposit, to Pixels, specialty dining, anything like that, you have the ability to. They're your points. You can use them how you want. However, know that if you use points to purchase something, you do not earn stars for that same purchase. Back to our example. We used 100 points to buy our Pixels picture. If we'd have paid cash, that would have been $25. Had we paid with our cash or Sail and Sign card, then we would have earned stars because it's dollars out. But if we use points to pay for our Pixels picture, we do not earn stars because no money is going out. So in order to earn stars, in order to build status, you have to spend money. But if you spend points, you do not earn stars. But there's still some things that are about as clear as mud right now. There's things that are not answered. There's no idea of how many points each thing is. Nobody has published that. Carnival has already come out to say, hey, yeah, we got a lot of information about this. We put the information out early so that we could get your feedback. We're taking your feedback. So when it comes to June 1st of 2026, this whole system could be completely different. There's other questions out there that people have that have not been answered. For example, do points expire? We already know stars expire every 2 years and you start over. But do points ever expire? I don't know. When it comes to grandparents paying for children and grandchildren to go on a cruise, do the grandparents get all the stars because they paid out all the money? Or does everybody in that cabin get stars? For example, you've got 3 people in a cabin. The first 2 are $500 for cruise fare and the other one's $200. Are they given 1,500, 1,500, and 600 stars? But what if they didn't pay for it? What if grandma and grandpa over here paid for it? Do they get the 3,600 stars? So there's a lot of questions that are just unanswered right now that people just don't know. Hopefully, and I'm sure that they're going to be answered before June 1st of 2026. But in between now and then, things can change. We all know that our voices can be heard and our voices can be used for change. If people are unhappy about it, they may go back. John Held, Christine Duffy, and all the beards at Carnival may go back and look at it and be like, this may not be the right thing. Let's change this. Let's tweak this. Let's do this. There's still almost a year before this system goes into place. So there's a lot that can change between now and then. The biggest complaint that I've seen in the last couple of days through social media and media in general is that Carnival is not loyal to those that have been loyal to Carnival for the years. And the biggest complaints coming from those that have worked 5, 10, 15, 20 years to get their status to a platinum or diamond level to where they can enjoy the benefits and the perks of doing that. But now they have 2 years to keep that. If you're looking at your stars bucket over here and you have to have at least 50,000 stars to maintain platinum status, and you get 3 stars for every $1, if you take 50,000 stars divided by 3, because it's 3-to-1 conversion, then that leaves you about $16,667 that you need to spend through Carnival purchasing to maintain your status. So you've got 2 years to spend almost $17,000 to maintain platinum status. That's pretty significant. That's like $8,500 a year, which if you can only cruise one time a year, that's a significant chunk to put down for a 1-week cruise. If you've got the ability to cruise multiple times a year, that's a little bit easier because you can break that $8,500 a year up into multiple cruises, but then you're still looking at 3 to 4 cruises a year, which, hey, I'm fine with cruising 3 to 4 times a year. I do it right now, but at the same time, I don't spend $8,500 on those 3 to 4 cruises every year. So to maintain my platinum status, it's going to be fairly significant, and that's what people are complaining about. They're like, I worked hard to get this, and now you're just taking it away from me in 2 years. But if you think about it in numbers perspective, if to maintain a platinum status, it's almost $17,000 and 50,000 stars. To go to diamond, it's 100,000 stars, and so that you're looking at about $34,000 in 2 years to maintain a diamond status. But then on the flip side, you've got gold, which is 10,000 stars, which is going to be about $3,300 over 2 years, which is about $1,700 a year, which that's easily done. So I think what's going to happen is they, being Carnival, is going to get overrun with gold status, but that's fine because if you go back and look at what the gold status offers people, it's not a whole lot. Other than people complaining that Carnival is not loyal to the people that were loyal to them for years, you've got the Carnivals just looking for money. They're just money hungry. Well, truth be told, Carnival is a for-profit company. They have an obligation to their shareholders and stakeholders to make a positive and a high return on investment, which basically they've got shareholders and stakeholders that they have to answer to because they've invested in Carnival, so Carnival needs to pay them back. The morning that Carnival made the announcement, Carnival stock on the New York Stock Exchange was trading for about $23.59 a share. Usually, when a company comes out with bad news, whether it's bad earnings, bad reputation, when there's any kind of media story about a company that paints it negatively, their stock prices go down because people start to worry and they start selling their stock, so they want to get out of that. Carnival stock closed that day after they made the announcement at $23.40 a share. So it went down about 19 cents a share, which isn't a whole heck of a lot. So this negative social media campaign that came across on Carnival that says, oh, you're just money hungry, hasn't impacted the stock at all. So even this morning on June 20th, when the stock market opened, Carnival stock was trading for $23.79 a share. So that is even higher than it was before the announcement was made about the new program. So this is like 48 hours almost after all the social media backlash that, oh my gosh, they're just money hungry, blah, blah, blah. The stock price hasn't changed and it's actually gone up. So maybe making the announcement, either one, was Carnival's plan to make the stock price go up, or two, the people that are complaining that Carnival is just money hungry are either not shareholders or they're not selling their Carnival stock because they feel that Carnival is a solid investment. Personally, for me, I'm not going to get rid of my Carnival stock. I'm going to hold on to it because I think it is going to go up, because I think the entire cruise industry as a whole, all their individual stock prices are going to start going up because more people are wanting to go on cruises, and the cruise industry is offering more and more family-friendly, more niche vacations, and it's just the best way to vacation, if you ask me. So the other thing that people are talking about on social media right now, other than Carnival, you're not loyal to those that have been loyal to you. Carnival, you're just money hungry. And the third thing they're talking about is Carnival, I'm not going to cruise you again. I'm going to go over and I'm going to cruise Royal, and I'm going to cruise Norwegian, and MSC, and Virgin, and Margaritaville. I'm going to cruise them all. Yeah, do it. I do it too. I absolutely love cruising other cruise lines. To me, a cruise line is kind of like Pokemon. I got to catch them all. I want to cruise them all. That's my goal, is to cruise every single cruise line. Because in the end, I am 1,000% loyal to my bank account more than I am a cruise line. Let's take this thought process and do a little economics 101 class for everybody. Let's talk about supply and demand. Right now, if all these people that said, I'm never cruising Carnival again, they leave Carnival. They start going over to any of the other cruise lines. It doesn't matter. Royal, Margaritaville, Virgin, MSC, Norwegian. They start going over there. Well, you've got everybody that's already loyal to those cruise lines, and now you're adding Carnival people over there. Well, we've already seen 3 or 4 times in the last couple months where Royal has said, yeah, we overbooked this cruise, so we're going to start canceling people out of this. So we already know Royal's running about 102, 104% occupancy on all of their cruises right now. So that demand is high. And now you're adding Carnival people that said they're not cruising Carnival anymore, they're going to go to Royal. So that's going to add demand over here on Royal. Well, guess what? The supply and demand works out. When demand is high, what actually also goes up? The price. That's right. So you're going to start seeing, as people leave Carnival and they're not booking Carnival cruises anymore, and they're going to start booking everybody else, your Virgin, your Margaritaville, MSC, Norwegian, Royal, those cruise lines, their prices are going to start going up because the demand is going to be higher. Conversely, you've got Carnival over here, and if Carnival is losing people, so the demand is going down. Well, as demand goes down, so does price. Everybody else, prices are going to go up because the demand is higher. Carnival over here, prices are going to go down because the demand isn't there, because people don't feel loyal to Carnival anymore. So now my question for you, are you loyal to a cruise line that you're like, I'm only going to cruise this line? Or are you more loyal to your bank account? Like I said, I'm 1,000% more loyal to my bank account than I am to any cruise line. The sun's starting to hit the backyard here, so I need to finish this up before I sweat to death here in Central Florida. For me, I'm not opposed to cruising any cruise ship or any cruise line at any time. I do not cruise for a status to achieve. I do not cruise for the color of my card. I cruise to make memories. I cruise because my problems here on land can't swim, so they don't follow me on a cruise ship. And I cruise to make new cruise family members. But most importantly, I cruise because a cruise day is better than a work day any day.